So, we are talking about crafting content that converts. We are going to recap of what we did in the previous part. Actually, this is the part 2 of the same module. This is a really, really long one. So, let's brush up what we learned last time, okay? First, know your audience. For the 8 trillionth time, that is what the phrase I used in the previous. So I'm going to use the same here. Define your niche. I know I'm calling you out, and this is actually example I used. I'm not giving this message to you, but you can take that way also. So I'm giving you example, but if you want to take that as a message, sure, you can take it as a message. But for the love of all that is holy, please stop trying to skip this part. This is more than anything else is holding your content back and making an impact. Know your audience. Know your audience. Be authentic. It is so important to be authentic and genuine because social media people don't know you, and if you are not genuine and authentic, and if they happen to choose you and start working with you, they won't recognize you because then you portrayed something else and you appear to be different. They won't like you. Transparency and authenticity will allow you to speak freely to your audience without holding back and trying to appear as perfect. There is no need to appear as perfect. Actually, if you pretend to be perfect, you will repel people because people cannot relate to you. I mentioned this example before that the same video they did experiment. They hired a professional videographer. He recorded a video. They spent like $2,000 for him, and they recorded the same video on iPhone. And the video recorded on iPhone got more views because it was authentic, it was genuine, it was not trying to be perfect because people could relate. And that doesn't mean you create substandard. You still maintain the quality, you do the best what you can, but just don't pretend to be perfect. So this is my next point. Quality over quantity. Think quality over quantity. Yes, that is so important because anytime one quality piece will overtake 10 quantity but substandard piece. So because audience always prefers quality, you think what you like, right? So you put yourself into your audience's shoes and you create for them. So your audience's time is really precious to them. So value that, respect that. Don't waste with substandard content just because you want to throw some message. No, even you should feel good of your content. You should be happy. So when you are happy of what you are creating, yeah, you will make your audience happy too. So here are the formatting approaches, okay? Use all caps mainly to grab attention. Break content into short and easily digestible paragraphs so that they are readable, right? Because people generally skim through. Nobody really went through each and every sentence. At least I don't. Employs white space to improve readability. Yes. Maintains a conversational and direct tone. Even for email, they always say that you maintain the conversational tone and as if you are writing a letter to your friend, your family. Previously you must have written hand letter, right? So it's same thing is applicable. No, actually, instead of giving the physical mail, you are sending email. Maintain the conversational tone. Use bold formatting for emphasis. Yeah, so that is really, or every section should have one single focus point because, yeah, many people suffer with ADHD. If there is attention deficiency, why to throw so many points? And then none of the points will be recorded. So this style is eye-catching, easy to scan, and well suited for social media platforms when users often scroll quickly through the content. So they always say, right, scroll stopping hook. So because people are scrolling, so your content should be like that. They will stop their scroll. Consistency. Familiarity means a lot than we think. Yeah, especially on social media. So when we get used to seeing someone and the content they put out is great, we start to look up to them and trust them as an expert in their field. That is how I have chosen my mentors, and I never, ever regretted, because I have been following them. I have been grabbing their content, and so that is how, means initially free content, then low price content and all, means everything actually you go step by step, right? They get solidified in our minds as the best person at what they do. It also instills consistency and subconsciously the idea that they are reliable and trustworthy. When we are ready to buy, they are the first one you can think of. Look at the right numbers: likes, comments, shares. Oh my, I know engagement looks so sexy. When a post explodes, we all look on with awe. And yet, besides the popularity, is it accomplishing anything? You are running a business, not competing in a popularity contest. So last time I gave you example about someone is doing smoothie, creating smoothie recipe, and if their post went viral about organizing refrigerator, that doesn't make any sense, because that's not going to give them customers. So even though it went viral, how many are qualified customers, right? So the metrics that matter are new clients, new sales, new opt-ins. So the likes, comments, and shares, irrelevant. Tips for engaging content. Use capitalization for emphasis. Split your writing into small digestible bits. Play with language like a rhyme. I always actually create a poem, and I try to create a really short poem, if possible with two sentences or maximum four sentences, because beyond that even I won't read, so why would I force my audience to read? So utilize text formatting features like italics, bold, bullet points. Use emojis if they resonate with you and your brand. Yeah, because even on LinkedIn, they say, oh, it is a professional platform, emojis won't do good. But emojis are doing good over there too. And they also did research that if you put emoji in the subject line, the emails are opened 18% more. And that is a really huge percentage, because, yeah, means 30 to 40 is the norm. And if 50 to 60% of people are opening your email, yeah, means more people are getting your message, right? That is good for you. Remember, make your content easily digestible and fun to read. So I always try to put humor into my email. Hey, so next time you see email from me, open and read it, because it will light your day. Okay. So writing habits to boost your content creativity. Expand your vocabulary. Now, for example, for us, especially for me, English is my third language, and that's why I have really good slides, so that if you don't understand my accents, at least you will read the slides and you will know what is there, right? Use dictionary.com's word of the day. Incorporate new words into your content. I always play Wordle, and there are lots of actually New York Times games. I try to play most of the games now. Means there is a stand, and there are various games. You go ahead and take a look at it. But they are fun. It is good for your brain also. Add a variety of games, not just Wordle. Okay. Practice concise writing. Yeah, and especially now if you are using ChatGPT, ChatGPT just The output content is more like a repetitive. So yeah, so you have to, yeah, practice concise writing. So don't depend on chat gpt, just follow your heart. Write 20 word poems. Challenges you to express ideas succinctly. Yeah, it has to be really precise. Nobody has time, right? Read daily. Expose yourself to various writing styles. Gain new ideas and perspective. Yeah, means nobody is born with the wisdom, right? So I'm learning from someone who read more books than me. And if you are listening to me, then I think I read something that you didn't read. So this is how we are adding value to each other's life. Many times they have found out that when a dictator wants to suppress the community, the first thing they do is they burn the knowledge. So knowledge is so important. It is really, really important. Repurpose common phrases. For example, likes, comment, shares. Oh my. Yeah, I mean, though it is really cliche now, but still it works. It adds familiarity and humor to your content. Experiment with literary devices. Use rhyme, metaphor, simile, personification. Use various kinds, and all those adds depth and interest to your writing. It's really gives a higher quality output. Play with language. Try cacophony or paradox. Paradox means, yeah, just go to the extreme. Cacophony is a really like a harsh sound. So if you're doing a video or something like that, so makes your content more engaging and memorable. Yeah, nobody's sleeping. If they're sleeping, they're going to wake up. Remember, consistent practice of these habits will enhance your creativity and make your content more compelling and unique. Video marketing. We are starting a new topic here. Video marketing is an essential tool for building familiarity and trust with your audience. Here is a summary of key points regarding the importance of video in your marketing strategy. I was attending a webinar by StreamYard and they had done the research. They said if you incorporate video into your marketing or any sales copy, the conversion rate goes high up to like 80%. They have done research. I just got the figures from them. So yeah, so it really makes sense. So videos are important. There are various kinds of videos, long and short and all. We'll discuss few points here. So the importance of video marketing builds familiarity and trust. The last thing I wanted to do is come on the video and show my face. And then my mentor told me that's the only way you can create no like and trust factor, and that's the major key element for any business success. So video allows clients to see your face or your product in action, creating a personal connection. So regular video content helps establish you as a relatable and trustworthy brand. Engagement. Video content is more engaging than static images or text, capturing attention effectively. Short videos can evoke emotional responses, increasing the likelihood of viewer interaction. Generally, in videos, you can always say that comment if you are watching a live, please comment in the comment box that watching live. If you are watching a replay, hashtag replay. Yeah, all these are engagement means so that other people are also encouraged to engage into your video, and that boost even algorithm, it's getting boosted because the algorithm thinks that okay, the audience is interacting and engaged with the content, so then they will work on showing that video to more and more people. Frequency of use. If you enjoy creating videos, use them often. If not, aim for at least once a week to maintain visibility. Today morning, I was attending one lecture about YouTube monetization and automation. And the person who was giving the lecture, he said he started his journey by putting 10 videos every day. I mean, of course, there were shorts, but 10 videos every day. He put 10 videos every day on TikTok and then he went viral. And he worked relentlessly. That is, means he really has a big passion. But if you cannot do that much, put at least once a week. That is good enough. Consistency, right? Your audience knows, and means basically they can expect the things coming from you, and it's a integrity. You yeah, and consistency pays a lot. Algorithm knows that okay, you are consistent, so they can rely on you. Consistent video content keeps your audience engaged and looking forward to new updates. Variety of content types. Consider different formats such as behind the scene looks, product demo, testimonials, or educational content. Behind the scenes are so important now, especially now we started our membership. I initially did the behind the scene video, but now we are changing the whole format of our membership. We are revamping, we are enhancing big time. So now once all the enhancements are done, I will do another videos behind the scene, because whoever joins to my membership, it will be easy for them to navigate, right? So tailor your video types to your target audience's preferences and needs. Whatever we are creating, it is for our audience. It improves SEO. Videos can enhance your website's SEO by increasing the time users spend on your site. Because SEO, I studied SEO really in depth, and they say, okay, people might be thinking SEO means search engine optimization, but SEO is nothing more than user experience. If you give the best user experience, whoever comes to your site, they will stick, they will stay there longer, and your SEO will improve, because every search engine optimization, I mean, they keep track how long someone was on your site, and depending on that they give the ranking. So whatever the definition is, search engine optimization, remember, SEO means user experience, the best user experience. And if you create engaging videos, you are giving the best user experience. So even on our membership site, I just wanted to give the best user experience, and that's why I realized that I have thousands and thousands of resources, and I wanted to put those. And I knew that traditional ways of database is not going to be good for those resources, because it's very difficult to organize and all. And so that's why means we have a stack byte. It's similar to Airtable, but it is more advanced than Airtable. But here we have various options. We can put images, we can put buttons, and we have various URLs and various columns and all, just for best user experience. Engaging video content can lead to higher rankings on search engines and platforms like YouTube. Yeah, YouTube also means I think all the social media algorithms are this as something like that. Initially, they give to the fraction of your followers, and they see the reaction. So if your the whatever fraction of followers, they see your new content, and if they engage it really well, then they go ahead and show it to remaining followers, and it's step by step. I don't know the details of algorithm, but that is what I heard. So overall, create high engagement, higher conversion rates. That's what everyone wants, right? Videos can effectively convert viewers into customers by providing clear call to actions. Now we are using the platform called Wave, and they have landing pages, and those are so cool. Means they have a video, and then the summary of that video, and then there is a call to action big button. It's a really great landing page over there. So engaging storytelling within videos can create connection that encourages purchase. Nowadays, actually, the faceless marketing reels are really in high demand. But you can create story even through the faceless videos, and that is what actually my this Friday's special deal, that you can have 150 faceless videos for really fraction of cost, and you can create your own steady uh, stories, and you can mix and match, you can change the order of those videos, and you can brand them. They're really amazing. Adaptability across platforms. Different platforms may require different video formats. For example, short clips for TikTok or longer content for YouTube. So, TikTok or even the shorts on YouTube or Instagram Reels or Facebook Reels, they generally give one or maximum three tips in those reels, and longer content on YouTube, mostly educational tutorial, but they both have their own follower and audience. You see what works best for you, and wherever you are comfortable, go for it. And Instagram stories are generally for people who are following you already. They are not for the new audience, but people who are already following you, they know what is happening in your life, what all the updates are. So understanding your audience's preferred platform can help you tailor your video marketing strategy. Conclusion: incorporating video into your marketing strategy is crucial for creating a strong brand presence and connecting with your audience. By using video to showcase your personality, products, behind the scene insights, you can foster trust and engagement, ultimately driving conversions and building a loyal customer base. Clarity in communication. Yeah, you have to be very, very clear. Now, I was auditing somebody's website, and the website was really very neatly done. Means the website really impressed me. It was very clean, and it has really nice sections and everything. And she had also written what she does and all. But I never got the message. I never saw her core offer, that if someone is hurting, if someone comes on that website, how that person's problem is solved. Because that has to be very clear. That has to be really coming out at the first time someone comes to your website. Now, for example, in my membership, I just say that, okay, I'll help you create cash, monetize your digitals, and as fast as within first week. Yeah, means that is possible, that we have done so many case studies. And if you want to scale on consistent basis, join the membership. And if you want to sell your digitals all over the world, yeah, we have army of affiliates all over the world, over 200 countries. Assess your point. Ask yourself, is your main message clear and easy to understand? Avoid jargon or overly complex language that might confuse your audience. Yeah, we are not here to impress our audience. We are here to convert, right? Know your audience. Consider that not everyone is familiar with your background or expertise. Tailor your language and explanations to be accessible to newcomers. Think of a total newcomer. Paint the full picture. Take the time to provide context and background information. Yeah, means even if you are sharing client testimonials, don't share only after, share before also. Share their story, how they were struggling, of course, with their, you have to take their permission. So with their permission, before and after story you can surely mention. And if they have not given permission, you just mention the story, you don't need to mention their name. Like just now I'm shared a story of someone's website audit. I'm not mentioning her name because I never took her permission, so I don't want everyone to know. Use examples or analogies to illustrate your points and make them relatable. You have to relate to your audience, right? Inclusive language. Write as if you are addressing someone who is hearing your message for the first time. Don't assume anything. So use phrases like, if you are new here, yeah, so that they will be alert. Create a welcoming atmosphere for them. Now, structure your content. Organize your ideas logically using headings, bullet points, or numbered list for easy navigation. Break down complex topics into smaller, digestible sections. Encourage questions. Invite your audience to ask questions if something is not clear. Yeah, questions are really good. Means they they tell you that okay, people are paying attention, and it's always better to clear their doubts. Yeah, so that, basically they understand what you have created. It is good for them, good for you. This not only fosters engagement but also helps you identify areas that may need further clarification. Even you can improve because of their questions. Revise and edit. Revise and edit all the time. After writing, take a step back and review your content from the perspective of someone unfamiliar with the topic. Yeah, they always say, right? If you are writing a sales page, write for the fourth grader so that it will be very simple and they will understand. So, if fourth grader can understand, yeah, your audience will. Simplify any convoluted sentences and remove unnecessary details. So, conclusion, clarity is essential in effective communication. By ensuring your points are clear and accessible, you create a more inclusive experience for all audience members, whether they are long time customers or newcomers. This approach not only enhances understanding but also strengthens your connection with your audience and fostering trust and engagement. Infusing personality into your content. Today only I got email from I'm into part of a email membership, and she said actually her subject was like giving has to not giving doesn't have to be just from my side. And yeah, it might irritate, that subject line might irritate somebody, that you say why is she saying like that, but the email will get opened, right? So that's her personality. Means I have been knowing her for a long time, so it didn't bother me. But of course, I opened her email. So key principles for authentic expression: write like you speak. Use a conversational tone that reflects your natural speak patterns. Avoid overly formal language that may create distance between you and your audience. Conversational tone. Showcase your unique voice. Embrace your quirks and individuality. Let your personality shine through. If you are funny, witty, or sarcastic in conversation, incorporate that into your writing. Yeah, couple of my uncles are very sarcastic. Yeah, but I have accepted them because yeah, human beings are like machine. Yeah, unless they want to change, they won't change. And most of the people generally they don't change. They have the same consciousness level at the time of birth and death. So I was not expecting them to change, but if they don't show sarcasm, I'll be worried. What's wrong with them? Use humor and metaphor. Don't shy away from using humor to engage your audience. Yeah, metaphors can make complex ideas more relatable and memorable because you are giving examples, right? It's an analogy. So then people can understand and relate. Be genuine. This is so important. Every time we are telling you, be genuine, be authentic. Yeah, so authenticity builds trust. Be honest about your thoughts and feelings. Share personal anecdotes and experiences that resonate with your audience. Consistency across platforms, and that is integrity, right? You are same everywhere. Ensure your personality comes through in all forms of communication, whether in written content, videos, or during sales calls. This consistency helps your audience feel they are interacting with the same person regardless of the medium. Embrace imperfection. Yeah, who else can talk about this than me? Yeah, I said about my membership, it is still not perfect. It is still not at the level where I want it to be. We are doing enhancements every day. But told my audience, this is not perfect. We are making progress every day and it's taking longer than what we expected. And my audience accepted me the way I am. Yeah, because I showed them that I'm not perfect, but you have basic resources good enough for you to monetize your digitals on fast track. Because that is my goal, that is my clear message. So it's okay to show vulnerability and admit mistakes. It makes you more relatable. So every time one of my members comes on a call with me, I always ask, please tell me what I need to change. Please tell me because according to me means I still need to do lots of changes, lot of enhancements. But yeah, still you have basic foundational resources for you to monetize your digitals. Perfection can be off-putting. Authenticity is what draws people in. Yeah, because I kept on having wait list for a long time, and I said instead of wait list, I'll just start a beta launch, and I'll just tell my audience it is not perfect. I'm just launching, and you will get the lowest possible founding member price. And actually, our beta launch is done now. We are increasing the pricing, but people understood and they accepted me. I'm so thankful. I'm really grateful. Engage with your audience, ask questions, or invite comments to create a two-way conversation. So I'm asking my members all the time, please tell me what I need to improve. Please tell me what I need to change. And that's the best way. That's the best way to progress. Respond to your audience in a way that reflects your personality, making interaction feel personal and genuine. Again, authenticity wins. Conclusion. Infusing your personality into your content is crucial for building a strong connection with your audience. By writing the way you speak and allowing your unique voice to shine through, you create an engaging and authentic experience. This approach fosters trust and relatability, making your audience feel like they are genuinely connecting with you, whether they are reading your post or speaking with you directly. Now, power of visuals in content creation. Engaging your audience with your visual tools. Diverse visual formats, images. Use high quality photos that resonate with your brand and message. Yeah, I'm so thankful to my VA. She does a great job. She incorporates really great images in my presentation. Videos. Capture attention and convey complex ideas quickly. Consider tutorials, behind the scenes, or personal stories. Pictographs. Simplify information into easy to understand graphics that highlight key points. Infographics. It's a bigger version. So combine text and visuals to present data and information in a visually appealing way. Infographics are excellent for summarizing statistics or processes, making them more digestible. Just one image can have all the data, all the message, everything. And I have seen really beautiful infographics. They convey great messages. Memes. Use humor and relatability to connect with your audience on a personal level. Memes can make your content more shareable and engaging, especially on social media. GIFs. Add dynamic elements to your content that can convey emotions and reactions quickly. Hey, it is not just for kids, okay? It is for adults too. GIFs can lighten the mood and make your content feel more approachable. Visual storytelling. Use visuals to tell a story that complements your written content. Storytelling, storytelling, storytelling. It's the thing nowadays. A well placed image or video can enhance the narrative and evoke emotional responses. Brand consistency. Ensure that your visuals align with your brand identity, including color schemes, fonts, and overall style. Again, I want to thank my VA. She does a great job. She keeps my brand consistent. Consistent visuals help reinforce brand recognition and trust. Mix and match. Experiment with different types of visuals to see what resonates best with your audience. Don't be afraid to mix images, videos, and graphics in a single post to create richer experience. Look at this. This looks so nice. It's each image is different, but hey, everything together, it has a different look. It is impressive. Again, my VA did a great job. Conclusion. Incorporating a variety of visuals into your content can significantly enhance engagement and understanding. By using images, videos, infographics, memes, and GIFs, you can convey emotions and ideas more efficiently, making your message resonate with your audience. Have fun experimenting with those tools to create dynamic and compelling content that captures attention and fosters connection. Power of brevity. Impactful short post. A concise one or two sentence post can deliver a powerful message. Yes. Short posts often grab attention quickly and are easier to digest. So my emails are also, they are really short. Generally I don't write long emails, and even if someone sends really long email, I just try to see what are the bullet points. I just try to skim through. Variety in content length. Mix longer, in depth articles with shorter, punchy updates to keep your audience engaged. Experimenting with different lengths can cater your varying audience preferences. Clarity and focus. We talked about clear messaging. We are incorporating all those previously discussed message here. Short posts force you to distill your message down to its essence. Yeah, so immediately if you want to convey the one key point, yeah, then you will focus and you will make your message just on that. No more extra jargon and no more extra stuff. This clarity can make your point more impactful and memorable. Engagement opportunities. Use short posts to pose questions or invite comments, encouraging interactions. Quick and thought provoking statements can spark discussions and engagement. Right now, this is election time over here, and I see there are so many quick uh, posts about messages, and sometimes they really make me giggle. Hey, but they do create engagement. Visual appeal. Pair short text with eye catching visuals, images, GIFs, or memes to enhance impact. A striking visual combined with a brief message can create a strong emotional response. Social media optimization. Shorter content is often more shareable on platforms like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, you won't find a really long tweet, right? Tailor your message to fit the platform style and audience expectations. I have created a product called Lifetime of Content Creation using ChatGPT, and there you just put different parameters. That okay, you say okay, you are creating a post for Twitter, and just select your elements, and it will create the output for that particular platform. If you are creating long form platform, give accordingly, you set parameters accordingly, and it will create output accordingly. Yeah, I love that product. Means that will save anyone's time like crazy. They don't have to look at the blank screen and what to create. Everything is there at their fingertips. Remember, effective communication doesn't always require lengthy explanations. Yeah, means I always tell my partner, don't justify, just tell me yes or no. Many times, yeah, basically he just goes for explanation. I say, no, 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 I just want the bottom line. Sometimes a brief and well crafted message can resonate more deeply than a lengthy post. By varying the length of your content, you can keep your audience engaged and convey your message in a way that feels fresh and impactful. Don't hesitate to switch it up and share your insights concisely. So, prompts when you are not inspired to share your message. At that point, you put your eyes on your audience, you put your eyes on your client, you put your eyes on someone else. So, even if you are not inspired, you will create your content. So, identify a struggle. What is one challenge my niche faces that I can solve today? Share a lesson. What did I learn today that could benefit my audience? Again, thinking of your audience, not pity party about you. Mm-mm. Client success. What helped a client of mine this week that I can share? Personal growth. What was a pivotal moment of overcoming or growth for me when dealing with the same struggle my audience faces? So most of the time your ideal client is the your version in the past, right? You can relate to them and you can ask and you can create the content accordingly. Inspire, motivate, educate. How can I inspire, motivate, and educate my audience right now? Create understanding. How can I make my audience feel understood? Address common thoughts. What are the common thoughts my prospects are having? Resolve a struggle. What is a pain point I can address for my audience right now? Okay, this is the homework for you. Okay, so after this presentation, you do your homework, and yeah, you can show it to me, of course, if you want. I'm available. I'm always available for you. Choose your topic. Select a subject that resonates with your audience and aligns with your brand. Consider a recent trend, a common challenge, and valuable lesson you have learned. Define your purpose. Determine the goal of your content. Are you looking to inspire, educate, or motivate your audience? Ask yourself. Clarifying your purpose will guide your writing. Outline your key points. Introduction. Start with a hook that grabs attention. Yeah. Scroll stopping hook. This could be a question, a bold statement, or interesting fact, whatever. Means there are various ways to create hooks. Actually, I think I have one resource of also like a 100 or 150 hooks. So, main content. Break down your topic into 2 to 4 key points. Use subheadings to organize your thoughts and make it easy to read. Conclusion. Summarize your main points and include a call to action CTA. Encourage your audience to engage, share, and reflect your content. Yeah, if they share more, the algorithm will know that okay, audience is engaging. Incorporate visuals. If applicable, think about including relevant images, infographics, or videos to enhance your message and make it more engaging. Write in your voice. Use a conversational tone that reflects your personality. Don't hesitate to include humor, anecdotes, or personal insights. Edit and revise. After writing your first draft, take a break and revisit it with fresh eyes. Look for clarity, flow, and any grammatical errors. Make necessary adjustments to improve readability. Share your content. Once you are satisfied with your piece, publish it on your chosen platform like blog, social media, newsletter, whatever, and promote it to your audience. So when someone comes on our podcast, that is what we do. We publish that podcast on all podcasting channels, YouTube, but we also publish it on social media, blogs, and also promote it through newsletter. So come on as a guest on our podcast. Example content structure. 5 simple strategies to boost your productivity today. Introduction. Are you feeling overwhelmed by your to do list? You are not alone. Many of us struggle to stay productive in our fast paced world. Here are 5 simple strategies to help you regain control and boost your productivity today. Main content. Prioritize your task. Search each day by identifying your top 3 priorities. That is how I start my day. Otherwise, I had a big time shiny object syndrome. Yeah, and then at the end, when I didn't follow this, I at the end of the day I really felt I didn't achieve anything. So now I follow this, and all the things which are not important, they are not getting done, but the important things are getting done. Focus on what truly matters. Set time limits. Use the Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 minutes, take 5 minutes break. Yeah, my husband always comes and asks, "Did you stand up? Is your watch telling you that you have to move around?" And no, I got the standing desk. So that problem is solved. So this keeps your mind fresh and focused. Eliminate distractions. Turn off notifications and create a dedicated workspace to minimize interruptions. Yeah, now I have created my office. Previously, it was in the family room. Now I have my own office. So, no more interruptions. Take regular breaks. Step away from your work to recharge. I go to backyard. Yeah, means during COVID time, I created a really love for gardening, and now I just, I just love it. A short walk or some stretching can do wonders for your focus. Reflect and adjust. At the end of the day, review what you accomplished and plan for tomorrow. This helps you stay on track and motivated. I was giving you example, but I was just giving you my testimonials too. Conclusion: by implementing these strategies, you can take charge of your productivity and make the most of your time. What's one productivity tip you swear by? Yeah, share it in your comments below. So, conclusion: by implementing these strategies, you can take charge of your productivity and make the most of your time. What one productivity you swear by? Share it in the comments below. A final note: feel free to adapt this structure and example to fit your style and audience. Happy writing! Now, here it is another example of your paperclip niche. Eco conscious students and young professionals who are passionate about sustainability and minimalism. Title: Tiny Clips, Big Impacts. Yeah, how your paperclip choice can help save the planet. It's a big message, it's a big promise, and it is true to heart to many people. Yeah, I always say that, oh, we have to do whatever we can for the Mother Earth. Yes. Hey there, eco warriors and minimalistic maven. Ever thought about how something as small as paperclip could make a difference in your sustainable lifestyle? Well, buckle up because we are about to deep dive into the world of eco-friendly organization. Reasons why your paperclip choice matters. Reduce your carbon footprint. So important. Did you know that traditional paper clips often end up in landfills? Our bamboo paper clips are 100% biodegradable. Mother Earth says thank you. Support sustainable materials. Bamboo grows like crazy without pesticides and excessive water. So, by choosing bamboo clips, you are supporting a super sustainable resource. Go you! Embrace minimalistic aesthetics. Let's face it, those sleek bamboo clips look way cooler on your desk than the standard metal ones, right? Mary Kando could approve it. But wait, there is more. Here are some creative ways to use your eco clips. Bookmark your favorite passages in that dog eared copy of the Lorax. Keep your reusable produce bags together in your tote. Organize your collection of zero waste recipes. Yeah, we have one WhatsApp group only for zero waste. Remember, every small choice adds up. So, next time you reach for a paperclip, ask yourself, what would Captain Planet do? Share your eco organizing hacks in the comments below. People will be interested in engaging in this. Let's create a ripple effect of sustainable choices, one tiny clip at a time. And then hashtag sustainable organizing, hashtag eco warrior, hashtag minimalistic life. Sales copy, bamboo paper clips, tiny tools for big change. Hey there, Earth Champion. Tired of feeling guilty every time you reach for a paperclip? We get it. That's why we created EcoClip, the world's first 100% biodegradable bamboo paperclip. Why EcoClip? Fully biodegradable. See, here are the bullets, right? No more metal in landfills. Make more sustainable bamboo. Grows fast, needs less water. Again, good for Mother Earth. Sleek, minimalistic design. Strong enough to hold 20 pages. Eco friendly doesn't mean weak, it's good quality. Comes in a reusable bamboo container, zero plastic waste. But don't just take our word for it. Here is what Sarah, an environmental science student, says. Eco clips have revolutionized my study routine. I feel good knowing my organization isn't harming the planet. Ready to make the change? Just for $9.99. See, till then, they haven't even mentioned the price. They just mentioned the big picture, and price is just at the end. But the sales copy is so great that they sold the audience for the big promise. You can get a pack of 100 eco clips in a beautiful bamboo container. And click here to join Sustainable Organization Revolution. Remember, every small choice matters. Choose EcoClip, where tiny clips make a big impact. Hashtag EcoClip, hashtag sustainable choices, hashtag save the planet. Again, your homework steps to build a successful content plan. Identify top 3 pain points for your audience. List the main challenges your dream clients face. Content brainstorm. Generate 10 content ideas addressing these pain points. Choose your platforms. Decide which platforms best suit your content and audience. Create a content calendar. Plan your content topics and posting schedule for the next month. Develop one piece of value content. Create and share high quality piece of content. You are proud of it? Share with everyone. Engage with your audience. Respond to comments and messages promptly and thoughtfully. Analyze performance. After a week, review which content performed the best and why. So this is the comprehensive session. It's reserved for our membership. Yeah, but and we already have thousands of dollars worth of resources in our membership. So this is specially designed for our membership. But if you want to grab hold of it, it will be available on various platforms like on our website, also on the Great Discovery, and you can enroll and you can pay for it. But if you join the membership at the fraction of cost, you will get this training and plus additional many other trainings and many other resources, MRR, PLR, collaboration platform. Oh, it's a lot of things over there. It's a comprehensive, oh, under one roof, all the comprehensive resources, one stop shop, all for the business owners to scale their business. And we are still giving free trial. Come and check out. Yeah, we have created the our signature program. Yeah, if you want the fast track to monetize your digitals, yeah, we have 7 day profit kickstarter. But yeah, if you are willing to wait for 90 days, yes, we have a special signature program that is called Create, Collaborate, Captivate, and Celebrate. So join our program and yeah, grab hold of our signature program. Your feedback matters because our goal is to serve you. Please tell us what you want to know from us. We will create, we'll strive to serve you. And if you want to monetize your digitals, we have a free training. We'll show you various ways to monetize your digitals on fast track. Now, I want to give you the prosperity tip. I'll just give you my example. I'm part of many memberships and masterminds. And when someone I know they started their membership, and when they were doing beta launch, they gave pricing like $7 per month. Means that is how they got started because they hardly had anything in the membership. But I knew that person, I knew the founder, and I knew the person is really good. So they will make the enhancement. So I joined that membership. And know that membership is charging $97 per month. And I'm still locked into that $7 per month price. So why I'm telling you that story? I'm telling you my story. But right now, the same deal is available through our membership. We have beta launch and it is there only for 2 more days. At the end of this month, the beta launch prices will be gone. And as we enhance our membership, we'll be adding many more tiers, we'll be adding many more resources, we'll be adding many more things like boot camps, challenges, and you name it, bundles, everything members only, bundles, members only, 50% off for DFY. Oh, there are lots of privileges. So grab hold of this founding members price, because uh, we will never offer such a low price ever for our membership. This is only available for next couple of days. This is the prosperity tip I used in my life, and I'm sharing that with you. And we consider our affiliates as our partners. Join our affiliate team and earn 50% commission. Connect us at wecare@newbeginning.com. Next time we are covering sales copy and sales page development. Stay tuned. Thank you, and God bless you abundantly. Thank you, thank you, thank you.